What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Colonation Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Live. This is episode number 17, and coming into today, we are sitting at a record of 27-6, which I know adds up to be an odd number, but that's because we had 3 battles in the previous episode with Maractus killing things left and right. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to try to do something similar to that, kind of make it a side series where we just have some underrated Pokemon killing things, basically, or attempting to kill things. I don't think I'll get it to work every single time, but I have one with Pichu coming up that I have the footage for. I just have to put it together, so that's going to be something different. I'm not going to include it in Battle Spot, but I just thought I would let you guys know because it seemed like you guys enjoyed that. Anyway. So we're bringing a new team today. Before we go over that, though, just a friendly reminder in case you guys haven't done so already and you would care to show your support to the channel and the series and all that fun stuff, you can do so by clicking that like button right below this video, of course, or you can leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Some great suggestions down there recently. Really, you guys always leave great comments, but lately it's been extra good. Some really good suggestions down there. One of those suggestions was Choice Scarf Heracross, so that's what we have today. That's a suggestion that I chose from you guys, because I try to bring at least one suggested Pokemon on each team. So it's going to be Guts, actually, not Moxie. Then we have Focus Sash, Chandelure, which is basically just there because this team had no way to handle Aegislash. Then we have Life Orb, Noivern, Roost, and Taunt on there to help take out some of the bulkier walls with recovery. Such as Porygon 2 and such, although Porygon 2 usually, that's a bad example because Porygon 2 has Ice Beam and defeats Noivern most of the time anyway, but yeah. So, then we have Mega Alakazam, Protect, Disable, Psychic, and Focus Blast, because that gives it kind of the best coverage. I mean, you can run Dazzling Gleam, I guess, but there's a lot of Steel types that like to switch in, namely Ferrothorn, so Focus Blast kind of deters that. Then we have Lumberry, Dragon Dance, Tyrantrum, with Ice Fang for all of the dragons that love to be running around on Battle Spot. Of course, now we won't run into any, judging by this team. And then I think I have EQ for, you know, the Edgequake combination as far as coverage is concerned. I don't know if I mentioned it because I'm apparently having a brain fart here, but Tyrantrum is carrying a Lumberry, so we can set up on things that have Will-O-Wisp. And then last but not least, we have our defensive Pokemon, because we have to have at least one for Mega Kangaskhan and all of those things. We have Rocky Helmet Tangrowth, so we'll see if we even get to use that. I don't know if I want to bring it in this battle, because Talonflame kind of poops on it. I'm guessing we're going to see Mega Venusaur, potentially Mega Sableye too. This could be a team that has 2 Megas. Trying to think here. Scarf Heracross is actually a pretty decent lead, but I'm kind of afraid he's just going to lead off with the Talonflame, and that could be an issue, because I instantly lose momentum if that is the case. Alakazam could be useful to take out that Venusaur. Trying to think what else, though. I mean, Heracross can actually handle it pretty well, surprisingly. Megahorn does a lot of damage. And I am running Guts over Moxie, I did mention that, but people just love to Will-O-Wisp it. I don't know why, like Sableye, Rotom Wash especially, they love to just come in and Will-O-Wisp it. So then they're dead, basically. Once they do that, it's over. You have the advantage. And if they don't have anything that can absorb a hit on your on your opponent's team, my goodness, I cannot speak. If they don't have somebody that can absorb a hit from Heracross, then you're kind of in the clear there. So we're going to bring Heracross, we're going to bring Tangrowth, and we're going to bring Noivern, and I feel like having something with Taunt could be beneficial with Pokemon like Venusaur that love to just spam Leech Seed, and, you know, Sableye loves to Calm Mind and recover and stuff. So taunting that could be useful. He's going to lead off with the Sableye. So, I don't know if that tells us if it's going to be Mega or not, but this is perfect because I'm leading off with our beautiful, shiny, fabulous pink Heracross, and who's nicknamed Punchbug, by the way, which is, I just love that nickname for Heracross so much. I don't know why. Is he going to be Mega? I think he is, so I'm going to Megahorn. Either way, I guarantee he's going to Will-O-Wisp here. And if he's not Mega, it's a one-shot, pretty sure. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. He is going to Mega Evolve, so I don't think we're going to be one-shotting this thing. It's going to be, it's going to pack quite a punch, though. That's for sure. Sableye's not going to like this. He does go for the Prankster Will-O-Wisp, and he connects. So there is our Guts boost, and here comes the Megahorn. This should be a 2-hit KO, easy. And, ooh, I thought that might actually be a one-shot. That'd be crazy if it was. But now he has to think. Does he have anything that wants to switch in on Heracross? I mean, I'm just going for Megahorn again regardless. Even if he brings in Talonflame, which quad resists Megahorn, it'll still dish out some, decent amount of damage. But he's not going to do that. He's just going to let his Sableye go down. And you know what? I'm perfectly okay with that. I am perfectly okay with that. So, Heracross taken out a Mega Sableye. Not even bad. That Sableye did absolutely nothing. Good stuff. Good stuff. We may see a Heracross sweep. Who knows? Depends on what his Pokemon are. If he has Talonflame, then no. No, he goes right into the Weavile. That leads me to believe that he does not have Talonflame. Because he definitely would have brought it in there. So what would his other Pokemon be? Maybe Rotom? I'm going for Megahorn again. And he goes for the Fake Out. We're going to see here if he's Life Orb or Focus Sash. And he does show the Life Orb. So unfortunately we have to take that Fake Out plus extra burn damage. But we should be able to just Megahorn this thing to death here. And he doesn't even go for the Ice Shard to get any kind of chip damage off. He's just going to go down. Maybe he didn't figure out that I was Scarfed because Heracross naturally outspeeds Sableye anyway. So I guess it's kind of hard, but I mean, I don't know. I normally immediately think that a Heracross is Scarfed if it's not Mega. I know there's other sets, but it's just, that's common. So out comes the Rotom, and he can't Willow me, obviously, so I guess he's just going to Hydro Pump? Maybe T-Bolt if he's afraid to miss? I mean, I'm trying to think here. I don't think switching out makes any sense. We might as well just go for another Megahorn. Really no reason to worry about it. Oh, and he outspeeds, so he is Choice Scarf. Okay, then. He's Choice Scarf and Timid. Well, maybe not. Maybe not, because I'm Adamant. Okay, doesn't matter, though, because Heracross goes down, and we can bring in anything. And Tyrantrum resists the Volt Switch, which he is locked into, so we're going to get a victory here, and we may actually just see a forfeit, because there's really nothing he can do. He's just going to have to keep going for Volt Switches, and that's not going to work out well for him. I guess I could Stone Edge. We'll just go for Stone Edge, why not? And the match is going to be forfeited, so that was going to be a victory for us anyway. So he realizes that, doesn't want to watch his last Pokemon go down, so that is going to be a victory for us, brings our record up to 28-6. And it's been a while since we've lost a match. It really has. I probably just jinxed it. Every time I say that, I lose the next match. Part of me kind of hopes that I do because we're on a ridiculously long win streak right now on the series. Outside of that, not so much. I mean, look at that rating, 1445. That's awful. 17 losses. I had an issue. What was it? Was it last week? I think it was last week when I was trying to record the previous session. And I swear I must have DC'd like 5 or 6 times in a row, and it was on my end. My internet was just being so crappy. So yeah, that kind of stinks because it destroyed my my record. I guess I could have reset it, but I decided I didn't care enough to do that. So yeah. All right, so we have Justin here who has a pretty cool team. Another Weavile. But this is nice because it's not just OU spammed stuff, so I would actually be pretty happy to lose to a team like this. So, Hitmonlee can be a bunch of different things. I don't even know what to expect on that. Umbreon is just like fully defensive, obviously. It'll probably be a toxic set, I'm sure. Weavile, like I said, normally runs either Life Orb or Focus Sash, that's about it. I guess the Sceptile is going to be the Mega. It could be physical or special. Swords Dance Mega Sceptile is actually pretty scary. Chandelure is usually Scarfed or Specs. And then Weezing is going to be his physically defensive Pokemon. I'm guessing that that is there to counter things like Mega Kangaskhan and, well, not counter, but check. So it doesn't exactly counter it, but kind of helps to take the hits and dish out some damage via Rocky Helmet. Or at least burn it. So we're going to bring Heracross again and lead off with it. We're going to bring Mega Alakazam because it does handle things like the Hitmonlee. Unless it's an Unburdened set, in which case we don't really handle it that well. And we can also disable moves on Umbreon, which can be very helpful. If we can disable Wish or disable Toxic or something. And then we'll bring Noivern because we can also taunt Umbreon, and that really screws with it. So That's going to help us out. We can also taunt the Weezing to prevent it from willowing things like Heracross, but I don't think I would do that. I'm just kind of talking out my rear end here. Wouldn't prevent him from will-o-wisping Heracross because that would give us a nice little guts boost. So, yeah. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're doing okay. It's been a while since I've actually asked how everyone's doing. Valentine's Day was this past week, and I thought about doing a Love Disc video, but I ended up not doing it. I ran out of time to do that. Somebody did suggest it, though. So maybe I'll try to get Love Disc to kill some things, like against passerbys or something. The thing with Love Disc is it's so incredibly bad that the chances of you actually getting it to do something against a good player, a seasoned player, is pretty slim. It can happen. But it just probably won't. So passerbys are probably the best way to do that. And if we could watch it like kill some legendaries or something, that'd be cool. I'd love to see Love Disc take out, like, I don't know, Kyogre or something. Alright, so do I want to just go in and attack this thing? I kind of do. Let's go for a Mega Horn. And he's going to withdraw. Okay, so he's not interested in taking this thing on, expecting it to be Scarfed. Doesn't want to waste his Focus Sash or just waste his Weavile. So he goes into Weezing, and the Weezing avoids the attack. Is this going to be an all-shiny team? It's got 2 shiny Pokemon in a row. Let's see. I kind of want to just stay in Mega Horn again, because I think he's going to Willow. And I would love to get the Guts boost, and then we can switch out. So I'm very tempted. Very tempted to just go for the Mega Horn here. Should I? It's not going to do much. I mean, chip damage is nice. But we also may inflict damage on ourselves with Rocky Helmet. You know what? I'm just going to do it. See if he takes the bait and just goes for the Will-O-Wisp here. So that doesn't do very much. And no, he goes for the Flamethrower. Smart man. Going for the Flamethrower. Super effective. Doesn't do quite half. I mean, he could get it to a KO if he gets a high roll next time, but I'm not going to stay in. So, yeah, I'm going to switch in Noivern. He may switch things up here and go for, like, T-Bolt or Sludge Bomb or something, just to hit something incoming. But Noivern should be able to take that. He does go for the Sludge Bomb, which is to be expected. And that does exactly 60 HP, and we don't get poisoned. What's going on with that? I don't appreciate that luck, because I feel like the Hax is going to come back to bite me later on. Okay, so we could Roost here. Because he might switch. But I don't know if he has anything to take a Draco, so I'm just going to drop a Draco on something. If he stays in with Weezing, it's dead. Weezing does not take a Draco from a Life Orb Noivern. It just does not happen. He is going to leave it in, and Draco does not miss. I was half expecting it to miss, honestly. But yeah, so that's going to be a dead Weezing, which is great because Heracross can just come in and kill things now. The only thing that would really throw a monkey wrench into this plan would be if he has Chandelure as his 3rd Pokemon. And we're not going to find out here because he's most likely going to go into Weavile. Yeah, that's the obvious play because he naturally outspeeds us, and Ice Shard probably just kills anyway. So if he's worried about me being Scarfed, which he shouldn't be because I showed the Life Orb damage, he can just go for Ice Shard. At this point, I think letting Noivern go down might be the best thing to do here. I don't really have anything I want to switch in. So yeah, it's probably best to just go for the Draco. Maybe he overpredicts and goes for, like, Swords Dance. Maybe he goes for Fake Out. No, it doesn't make sense to go for Fake Out. That's a waste. That would be a complete waste. We'll go for Flamethrower. Why not? He goes for the knockoff. That's going to take us out. That was a good play. Expecting me to possibly switch there, but there was really no reason for me to save Noivern. He does show off the Life Orb, which is great because we can just go in with Heracross and close combat or Mega Horn. Probably want to close combat, though, just because I'm afraid Mega Horn might miss. But he could have the Chandelure, too. You know what? I don't care. I click close combat, so it's too late now. We're just going to have to live with it. We'll see what he wants to do. I mean, he should expect this to be Scarf now, the way I just keep using it. But either way, he's just going to let his Weavile go down. And yeah, so our defenses are going to drop. And we'll see what his final Pokemon is. We're actually in a pretty decent position here. Unless it's Chandelure is the last Pokemon, because we're locked into close combat. And Ah, Chandelure, are you kidding me? That may have just lost us the match. Because if he's timid Scarf, he outspeeds Heracross. Because I'm adamant. So I don't outspeed a lot of other Scarf users that are around the same speed tier because of that. So that puts us in a really bad spot. He's going to lock himself into Shadow Ball, I would assume. Because that's probably the safest thing. I mean, he hasn't seen the Alakazam yet, but Shadow Ball should take out Heracross too, so I don't see why it would matter. I kind of want to just let him take out Heracross so we can go in with Alakazam. The off chance that he's not. I mean, we just have to kind of predict here, I guess. It's like a 50-50 shot. He could be Specs too. We'll go over the close combat and see. Oh no, we outspeed! Why did we outspeed this thing? So he's not Scarf? Interesting. So we should be okay then if he's not Scarf, right? Shadow Ball does take out the Heracross, which stinks. Unless he's modest. He's probably modest Scarf, isn't he? Wow, so I could have sacrificed Alakazam on that Shadow Ball right there and come back in and went for knockoff, which is a one-hit KO, I'm pretty sure. Because Chandelure is pretty darn weak on the physical side. Just his defenses in general. We're going to trace Flame Bite. It's not even Flash Fire. What? And we're going to lose to it because he does outspeed. So he was modest Scarf. I don't see people running modest and adamant Scarf too often. That stinks. What did I say just a few moments ago? Oh my gosh. You know what? I don't want to end the episode on this note. I'm really mad at myself for... I can't believe I did that. Why? Why do I do that to myself? Okay, we're going to go for another battle. So, yeah, we're having a bonus battle today. And what does that bring our record to? We were 28-6, so 28-7 is the record. We're going to go in again. And hopefully we can end this episode on a high note. This video could end up being like almost a half an hour, too, if this is a long battle. But you know what? That's perfectly fine with me. It feels like it's just been a while since I've recorded Battle Spot. I recorded that Maractus video like a week and a half ago. So I've kind of been getting like the jitters to get on Battle Spot again. So we're going up against Nathan here. Nathan in all caps. He's very serious about his name. So we have Hydreigon, Togekiss, Pringles. Pringles man. What is his name? Jellicent. Oh my gosh. I only think of the nicknames that I give my specific Pokemon instead of what the actual Pokemon's name is sometimes. Ferrothorn, Electivire, which is really cool to see on Battle Spot, and Dusknoir. So some cool Pokemon here. Other than the Ferrothorn and Togekiss, which are all over the place. Actually, he's got a couple Pokemon that don't have items. Actually, half his team doesn't have items. What? Okay, that's interesting. So I'm guessing he's going to bring the Ferrothorn, Electivire, and Jellicent? That would make sense. What is he going to lead off with? I don't think it matters. This whole team is weak to knockoff. The Hydreigon usually is... Well, no. Knockoff doesn't help us that much because not everything has items. I'm still going to lead off with Heracross because I want to watch it kill some things. If he leads off with Jellicent and Willows me, that'd be like the best thing ever. So we'll bring Noivern because Ferrothorn is a problem. I mean, I guess I could bring Chandelure, but Chandelure doesn't do a whole lot to the rest of the team. Like Shadow Sneak / Shadow Punch from Dusknoir would deal a boatload of damage. And I don't think we'd be one-shotting with Shadow Ball anytime soon. I don't think we'd one-shot a Jellicent either if it's specially defensive. So we'll go with Noivern, because Noivern, the Flamethrower, obviously takes out Ferrothorn. Like I said, we can taunt some things, which is always nice. And, yeah. There we go. What's going on? The screen is black. There we go. Okay. Lag! The lag is real today. So out comes Jellicent to lead things off against Heracross, which is great. I think he's just going to bring the 3 Pokemon that had items. Ferrothorn, Jellicent, and Electivire. So, I'm going to go for knockoff here. So there's really no reason not to. And he stays in. And, oh, that is almost an Oko, not quite. We knock off the Mystic Water as he goes for the Shadow Ball. Mystic Water, is this offensive Jellicent? Judging by that damage, I'm going to have to say probably not. That didn't do much. I'm just going to go for knockoff again. If you want to switch, be my guest. Unless you want to switch in Hydreigon, which doesn't have an item and would take no damage. But that's not going to happen. I mean, you don't really want to switch in Hydreigon on a Heracross anyway, because if by some chance I'm not choiced, you're dead. So, yeah. So down goes the Jellicent, and he's going to go into Electivire. And we can stay in and go for knockoff again. I mean, I think Close Combat is a one-shot on this thing. And he's probably going to go for Fire Punch or Flamethrower, but he might not kill without an Expert Belt, which is probably what he's carrying. So we'll go for that. Does well over half. We do knock off the Expert Belt, and he goes for the Fire Punch. I think we can live that. Ooh, just barely with 14 HP. And we do outspeed, obviously, thanks to our Scarf. So we'll go for a knockoff. And even though we're not getting the boost from the item, he's still going to go down to that. So Heracross is just steamrolling this team right now. Taking out a Jellicent, taking out an Electivire, and Ferrothorn's going to be next. So, since we have Noivern with Flamethrower, really makes no sense to save this thing. We'll go for a knockoff, get some chip damage. He's not Focus Sash, but we can knock off whatever item he's holding, like Lefties or Rocky Helmet or whatever. And so this is going to be a quick match and a quick victory for us, barring something strange. We go down to the Iron Barbs, and he goes for the Iron Head, which obviously does not have a target. So we brought Tyrantrum, but we didn't get to use him, so hopefully we can use him next time. Because he's all shiny and blue and stuff. I love the shiny model for Tyrantrum. So we'll go for a Flamethrower here, and yeah, that's going to be a dead Ferrothorn. So that's going to be a victory for us. Thankfully ending this video on a little bit of a higher note than the ridiculousness that occurred in the last battle. So that brings our record to 29-7. So, that would be, what, a 22 game differential? Not that it matters. I just like to, I don't know. I like to keep track of that for some reason. So, that is going to be the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or a comment, or whatever you would like to do, of course. And I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.